the only reason I work with kids is because I was able to cure mine. And so a lot of parents want to talk to somebody that they would give it to their kid if they were sick.
Good.
Right? Because it's, you don't understand.
And then
right?
the greatest thing, you have experience
Yes.
by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a catch.
Yeah, so when my son was 6 years cancer free, which by medical terms, you have to have 5 years in remission to be cured, right? That's what they call it here.
Mm-hmm.
So when he hit 6 years, I was like, whew, thank you, Lord. And then I got colon cancer because I never took care of myself. I was taking care of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I did no chemotherapy, no radiation, all herbs, parasite cleansing, detox, frequencies, and I now have 6 years cancer free.
Good, that's good.
Yeah, and frequencies are a very big, important part of it. And so, we can move over here and we'll talk about that.
Yeah, the frequency machines, because I'm really interested in the frequency machine because it's something I've been wanted. You know Dr. B. Serious, right?
Yes.
I've been listening to Dr. B. Serious. He recommended a website. Well, I know you were in front of me, it's really exciting for me.
Yeah, me too. I love helping people. And the way that I see it, our people are suffering.
Good.
And if we don't do something to help them, right? Mm-hmm. And another reason why I do it is I've gone to a lot of, healing centers and seen frequency treatments, but they're very expensive. Well, if you are poor, if your family is poor, if your kid is sick, you don't have the money to spend thousands of dollars. So the machine that I have always used is called the Spooky 2. Right? And so it is one of the most affordable ever. So for 2 of these, with all of these that come with it, it's like $600.
Okay.
And it does so many things. So, prime example, this is a PEMF cable. So I connect this to one of these ports, right? Mm-hmm. And I program the computer for whatever frequency I want, and I can put it wherever I want on you.
Okay, want to do a test of me now?
Yeah, if you want to.
No, I'm excited, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the midst.
And then it has, a big thing that people don't understand is they don't know what's wrong with them.
Sure.
Right? And it's better to know when it's first starting than when you have stage 4.
Good.
Right? And so this machine also does a biofeedback scan. So I connect it to different parts of your body. Mm-hmm. It sends all the frequencies in this database, and there's like 500,000. Almost everything that's ever been discovered. Every disease, every virus, every bacteria, every fungus, everything. Back pain, it will show me if you broke your nose when you were 2 years old.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so all it does is I put in the direct frequencies, and do I want it to heal or do I want it to kill? Because that's important. If you have cancer, are we trying to heal it? No, we're trying to kill it.
Okay.
Right? If you have thyroid problems, we're trying to heal it, not kill it.
Okay.
Right? Makes sense? And so with this machine, I can change it to do so many different things, right? And I can also put it to where I can put it inside of you. So if you have colon cancer, prostate cancer, vagina problems.
I just had our client of mine come to my office just now for some products I was telling you about his uncle with prostate cancer, so I definitely got to introduce him.
Yeah. And again, it's so affordable, right? I'm more than willing to teach anybody how to use it because it's not hard. If you have it in you to want to, it's very easy, and all of us should have one of these at our house. Yes.
Because what I've told myself, I see things like if everyone is living like what we do,
yes,
we really want peace. So money is a business, but for me, I'm helping people. So if someone comes to me, don't have much money,
yes,
I'm gonna give away. Cause
yes, and me too.
When I just started, right?
And that's why I did the nonprofit, right? So that the people, the way I see it, the people that can afford, please do, and then I will use that money to give it away to people that can't.
Good.
Right? Because no one should die because you have no money.
For real.
Or you've already spent all of your money on Western medicine because you were deceived.
For real. And
right.
That's I have many clients come to me after they spent all those money.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And then they're like,
all the tests.
what? Dude, they want like a miracle. And I'm like, oh, I'm not Jesus.
Yeah, for real.
Right? I can do all these things. And I tell people, if you've damaged your body so bad with Western medicine, you might want to start praying.
For real.
You might want to do all the things and pray because your body is only going to take so much damage.
And those persons normally don't have no
Yes.
patience.
No, yeah, a miracle right now. Right? And I tried to tell people, what happened to my son is a miracle, but it did not happen overnight. What happened to me was a miracle. I was given 6 months to live in January of 2020, but it did not happen overnight. And I had to be consistent. Mm-hmm. I don't eat sugar. I don't eat carbs. I don't eat any toxins. I don't wear deodorant. I believe we're supposed to sweat.
Ooh, that's me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're supposed to sweat.
Good, that's me.
And every time, I can tell. And in fact, my boyfriend can tell too, because I never wear it. If I get around chemicals, if I get exposed or toxins, it smells. Good. If I don't smell.
Good.
And that's because I cleaned out my diet. I have no parasites, no candida. There's a reason people smell.
Good, because basically it's what you put in, you let out.
It's coming out. Yes.
If I'm going to be in a sweaty environment, I'm going to sweat, I'm going to lemon.
Yes.
A lemon works more than 24 hours.
Yep.
And I always experiment on myself.
Yes, so, me too. And I always tell people, we are supposed to sweat. Yeah. So sweating is not bad. I know it's like, it looks weird, but you're supposed to. So even if you just do a sauna, right? So these turn to 140 degrees. If you can set it.
Sauna is here, right?
Yeah. So that one's a dry infrared sauna, and that one is a steam infrared sauna.
That's great.
Where I can put like hydrogen in there to steam your stuff, right?
That's great.
Even if you just do that a few times a week, right? You can still get all of your toxins out, even glyphosate, plastics, all of it. But you have to sweat. You have to let your lymphatic system work.
And a lot of persons are sweating, especially deodorant clogs up your pores.
Yes. And if you're not getting that out, it's going back in.
Typically, if you're talking too long, it's supposed to sweat.
Yes.
Is generating.
And in fact, these ones, right? So these ones, they're stainless steel. I connect them with these on the top, right? And you put these on the lymph nodes. So either right here, and it stimulates it, and it will pull it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we dry brush, right? Yeah. Activate it, put this in the treatment, and then they get in there. And break it up, pull it out, right? But that's the main thing that people need to understand. If you put something in your body, even if you didn't know you did, right? You have to get it out. You cannot just let it stay in there. It will poison you.
For real.
That's it. It causes health problems, causes, like people that have skin problems. It's inside of you. If you will just clean up your diet, stop putting bad stuff on you, you will not have bad skin.
I know a friend right now. I've been telling her to come for a cleanse. So her face is a lot of acne. And she keep buying other things for her face, other products. Skin is getting lighter, but more blackheads. It's getting deeper. But guess what? Tummy is protruded.
Yeah.
That's where you need to target.
Yeah. Yeah. Parasites, candida.
I do so much experiment on myself. Cleaning my face is when I eat most of fruits or vegetables or do more fasting.
Yep.
If I eat more cooked food and I still don't eat the toxic food like the carbs and all those things, the wild rice and the quinoa, I still eat them, but it's a different chemistry. So you're gonna activate parasite.
Yep.
And it's gonna show my face. So I always do experiment on my face.
Yep. And I always rub like bananas on my face, orange, right? We don't need to use anything from a store. It's so silly. Okay, so, and another good thing this one does is this one uses quantum entanglement, right? So quantum entanglement means if you are in Ghana and I pray for you, how do you get it? That's a good question, right?
I know the frequency and shuttles.
Exactly.
I heard Yaki spoke about it on a video which he went to some scientists and he was saying they teach him that based on the machine they have, if you're in any world, just as you explained, it's like a DNA frequency. If you're sick in any part of the world, they can send that frequency to heal you.
So that's what this does. And all I need is a piece of your DNA. So the DNA that we all know is blood, right? But imagine if me and you killed somebody and dropped a fingernail, right? 50 years from now, they would be able to tell it was me, wouldn't they? Because the DNA inside my fingernail is encased in keratin. It will never go away, right? So people give me their fingernails, right? And I put them in here, and then I can send them treatments no matter where they are, 24 hours a day. So they don't even have to be here with me. Now, it does work faster if it touches you. So if I have these connected to you, it works faster, right? but it still works because you're the only person with your DNA.
For real.
There is nobody else on this earth that has it. Even
That's
if you go to space, I can still send you frequencies.
That's priceless.
Isn't that awesome? So that's one of the really good things about this Rife machine. And, you know, out of all the frequency machines that I've studied and dealt with, most of them, they will not tell you exactly what frequency is in their program, right? So it'll say, oh, back pain program, cancer program. How do you know what frequency is actually in there?
Word.
They won't tell you. And they're like $10,000, right? So for mine, we have all of these different, right, ways that we can go. We can go detox, DNA, and in their detox, it's a 11-day organ and DNA detox. So it runs for 11 days. It does parasites, heavy metals, your brain, all types of stuff.
That's presently or externally? Presently, put in here?
Yep, and all I need is your DNA to do that. So, and the other thing I love about this company is they tell you, if you want to get the best treatments for healing, you need to do the 11-day detox because you're dirty.
Okay.
You need to clean yourself up.
So basically, you're loading the machine and then you send the frequency to the person.
Yep.
Or be here put in you.
Yep.
And how long?
So all of them have a different time, right? So if you look in here, right, these are all the different programs. There's 60,000, right? So erasing negative thoughts, these are all the frequencies that are in it. And it runs for 369 minutes. This one is the third flu no-sode. It only runs for 18 minutes, right? 7 chakras, 21 minutes. Abdominal cramps, 12 minutes. So they're all a different time.
All right. I'm going to ask a question, but I'm not going to make this public without posting. So for the...
Yes. And in fact, a lot of the research that we did, right? Because I have medical degrees as well, because I had to get them to get my son out of the hospital.
Guess what I'm going to do, right?
So guess what gets that damn... Or if you have long COVID, like you got COVID and you just can't get better again, one of the biggest ways to get it out is nicotine. Patches or gum, not through your lungs. You have to put it on your skin so it goes to your blood, and you have to chew it so it goes through, and it will remove it. Yep.
Like all the contaminants, because there's many based off earth, there's many different ingredients.
Yes,
especially,
a lot of nasty ones.
Especially
Yes.
the snake venom.
Yes, and so this, right, can get it out, and then we also can get it out with this. And so what I'm planning to do is have like a free class for the community, right? Mm-hmm. Where we'll pick a day and a time, right? And it'll be free. We'll have free food. I'm going to make superfood juices for everyone, and I'm going to explain to them about frequencies and how it works, right? And if anybody, you know, can afford to do it, great. But if not, we have them in our nonprofit and even at a sliding scale. So let's say the treatment is $60, but you can only afford $20. I'm okay with that.
Okay then.
Right? So that way we can help everybody. But the education is the key. We have to start teaching them.
Hurry.
So they
I would
can understand.
definitely try to get persons because
Yeah, and another one, and I can show you. So I have a machine. It's called a galvanic biohand scanner. So you just put your hand on it, right? And it scans you. And it tells me everything about your 4 major detox pathways, right? Okay. This man came to me, and he mainly worked outside in agriculture. And he knew something was wrong with him, right? But the doctors couldn't tell him this and that. He had glyphosate sky high in all of his pathways.
That's the chemical that
Roundup.
Roundup.
Yes. So he was headed straight towards cancer. Good. And all I did was put him through in here, the detox. I dry brushed him, and I gave him cilantro, raw garlic, raw radish, which is a heavy metal binder, right?
Radish. Radish.
And then I put him in that sauna every day for 60 minutes at 140 degrees. After 7 days, we rescanned, it was all gone. Great. But I told him, if you do it again,
but the thing is, that's where you
don't do it again.
Where the angels are just being environment.
Yeah, just from touching it and being around it, he didn't know that he could. He was like, well, it didn't touch me. So, if you're touching the grass that you sprayed, you're going to get it. And people don't understand this is our biggest organ.
And it absorbs.
That's it.
As well as excrete.
Yeah, which I told him, if you were spraying it and the wind blew and it got on you, but you didn't feel it, you still got it.
Yeah.
And plus, people don't understand, everything we smell goes to your liver. That is the main reason we don't get poisoned all the time, is our liver assimilates it.
First line of defense.
Yep. Yeah, the liver really is like the project manager.
Yeah.
Right? It controls so many different things in the body, and also your fat.
So if someone has a liver problem, that means they're highly toxic.
Yes. Yeah, and I can cut off 98% of your liver and it will grow back.
Oh yeah, for real.
It's the only one.
I've heard research on
So
that.
how much shit do you have to do to it to make it go toxic?
That's a whole lot.
And it's because they're not doing anything good to it either.
And then the environment of listening to music, toxic people.
Yes.
I tell people you can change your diet, but you're in you're around the same friends, you're in a toxic relationship.
Yep.
All that's gonna make you sick.
Yep. Stress activates every single health problem.
Good, because food.
Mm-hmm.
Eating is food, smelling is food, seeing is food, and whatever put in the skin.
Yep.
It feeds the body.
And we're not supposed to be eating like we are. We need to be fasting.
Good.
Right? We need to not be
I
eating
tell
these huge
people all
portions.
I've been telling people,
Right.
okay, you want to live longer? Stop eating.
Yes.
Eat less. As you said, what I said, don't say the eating.
Yeah, stop eating.
Yeah, stop eating.
And
Fast more.
what's
fast
also
more.
really interesting in this is it works with your mind too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So accelerate learning. That's like nootropics. That's like giving you something to make you smarter.
All right.
Right? Isn't
That
that
interests
interesting?
me. All right. For me, I read, but I listen. I learn by listening and doing, right? And for what I'm doing now, I don't have a background of chemistry, biology, or any form of that in the complex term or the advanced term of high school or university. But I'm doing well at my level. But if I love to read,
Yeah,
I will learn more.
that's right.
Can that stimulate my mind
Yes.
to love to read and
Yes.
have more interest?
Yes.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would really
Yeah.
love that.
And I have in here, so when the people come, right, I have all these different books that they can start learning about the frequencies, right? About all different types of
I think
things,
my friend has this
medicinal
book.
plants.
My friend of this one.
Yeah, I love that book. But there's a lot of, in just education, right, that people can get.
Because I got a lot of books. I do mostly audiobooks.
Yes.
I got a lot of books, but I don't read them.
Yes. As long as you're absorbing
But
the information.
I would
right?
like to do it if I listen to a lot of persons known in the spiritual world. And they've been talking about the books that I have for like 3 years now, and I haven't read it, especially
Right.
it's
Yeah.
So
reading is hard.
I try to force myself to read.
It is.
But when I'm researching about herbs and whatever sickness in the body, I'm going to read.
Yep.
I'm
But yeah,
going to
this
read.
can help you to
So,
do all of that.
I do more reading when I get a consultation and somebody has an issue.
Yeah, that you gotta go
So
look it up.
That puts me under pressure,
Yes.
and I do better under pressure. So it puts me under pressure to learn, to get back to the person the information.
Yep.
So
Me too.
I learn more and faster under pressure, but I don't want to wait until.
Yes. Also, another cool thing about this is it has all the herbs. So here's Panax ginseng, right? It also has medications. So they discovered the frequency of ibuprofen, the frequency of certain chemotherapies, right? And it's in there. But it will not hurt you because it's not going to have any of those poisonous side effects because it's not going in you. It's just the frequency.
That's the Panax ginseng.
Yeah,
What
this
is
one is
ibuprofen
Panax.
come from Panax ginseng?
No, I'm just saying. So here's Panax, but ibuprofen's in here, chemotherapy's
Oh,
in here.
for painkiller. So
And
frequency.
another fun thing.
Yeah.
So think of a condition.
All right, Alzheimer's.
Look at all of these. And what's even more interesting, so it's going to bring these up. Why is chlamydia in here? That's interesting, right? So let's go and click on it, and it will tell you causes pneumonia. Did you know that? Do you know how many people don't know what actually is the root cause? If you don't find out the root cause of something, you're never going to heal it.
That's what I
But
focus on.
So this is another very interesting thing about this, is it's going to tell you so much information.
It's a chlamydia cause pneumonia.
Yes.
That's a parasite.
Yep, it says it causes pneumonia, may be involved in multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, and atherosclerosis.
So basically then, the AIDS where they're talking about now, it's basically the same family of virus.
Yes. So there's 127 results, right, for the Alzheimer's, right? So let's go down and see. But yeah, look at that. All those chlamydia, right? That is so interesting. Detox aluminum, mycoplasma.
So the chlamydia is connected to Alzheimer's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, look. Causes this type of chlamydia pneumoniae, right? Causes pneumonia and is involved in multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, and the other one.
Because
Oh!
for me, all right, when I'm doing a consultation, right, or when I'm doing a research, I have to find the root cause to know what to do. So I got a lot of calls for like high blood pressure, right?
Yep.
Because people normally go to the doctors, do their blood checks. No, do a vital. The first thing they do is a vital, right? And they're gonna see that your blood pressure elevated. There's many reasons someone blood pressure get elevated, and within the city, my community, the easiest reason for someone blood pressure to elevate is not getting rest because they're working too hard.
Yep.
So I always question it. When last you get some rest, what's your workload? Get me?
So,
although I want to make money, I'm not gonna sell you something.
yes, we need to make sure it's going to
Go
work.
get some rest
And then let's see. Yes.
Well, let's work. Because
So,
I know it's not the high blood pressure, it's elevated blood pressure. That's
because you won't sleep.
Because I go
Yes.
through that.
It's got to be the root cause.
Good.
Because if you just give somebody a medication for blood pressure, you're not fixing anything.
Good. 'Cause I
Right?
don't know what really the cause.
Yes. So this one, it says Bega C-stat or whatever. It has been used in trials studying the treatment of basic science of Alzheimer's. So that's the frequency of that compound. But it will never give you the side effects of taking it.
Good.
So you could see if it works for you, right? You could do your own clinical trials on yourself without ever having to go take those medications.
For real. And guess what I found? And guess what my research brings to me, right? So I heard about multiple chemicals, up to even 500 chemicals in one plant, right? So what they do when they're doing their research on herbs for like cancer, right? They do majority whatever for cancer.
Yep.
So they're gonna extract the specific chemical
Yep.
that targets cancer cell out of a plant. So example, I heard about 500 chemicals. They extract 2 or 3 chemicals that they found to target the cancer cell and make a medication. But guess what? No, they are motivated to operate with the 500 chemicals.
Yes.
So now you do isolation and give someone the medication. That's where the side effect comes because it wasn't made to operate by itself.
Yep. And it's not made for us.
Good. And
Yeah, if something was made in a lab by a man, it's not made for us.
good. And I found that in part of the archive. I have a book, The Healing Powers of the Rainforest. That's a very powerful book. It tells all about the herbs in the rainforest, South America, the Caribbean. That gives me a lot of knowledge. So part of the archive for specific based on the research that it does, right? Part of the archive is good for cancer, parasite, the bacteria, candida. So they take out the extract the chemical for cancer and give to people, and guess what? What's the side effect? It gives vitamin K deficiency, but the vitamin K is in part of the alcohol.
Yeah. It's like what?
So
yeah.
it wasn't made to operate by itself.
You have to have both.
Good.
Yeah. And to me, it feels like a lot of those people are trying to play God. We already have everything we need. Why are you trying to redo it in a
I
lab?
would say play God because no, it's a business.
Yes. Yeah. And then telling people that this fake product that was made from a plant that they synthesized into a lab would be better. No.
Synthetic.
And if you like to learn, right? I learn a lot from researching as well. And I always tell people, I didn't go to school, right? I just started researching everything because it just didn't set right with my soul, what they were telling me. So in here is soybean oil, and this is under Alzheimer's, right?
Soybean oil cause.
No, it's just in here. So we're going to go read, right? So it says soybean oil derived from, it tells you all the shit. Look at this. Tells you how much triglycerides, how many saturated fats, monosaturated, all of it, right? And then if you keep going down here and reading the rest of it, it said something very interesting, right? So it will also show you sold as 10%. These are all products on the market. Look at this. Cyperic hair tonic, clonidipine, Jazablam, biotin.
That's what as soybean
Yes, it's going to show you everything they found. Look, SPF 30. What is this? Solanara, everything blood circulation, controls blood pressure and improves blood circulation, right? But if we go down here even more, there we go. Soybean, Latin name, the peoneme, the effects to resolve toxin and kill worms. What? Well, isn't that interesting?
So the soybean so
Isn't that interesting that it has all that info?
all right, but guess
Like,
what?
wow.
For the soybean right? What I've heard, right? The soybean is only good when it's fermented for like 6 years.
So the soybean has been used in other countries, right, as they're one of their main food sources for years. It wasn't until they started modifying it and messing with it that now it's messing up everybody.
Okay, hold on now. You just get a point that I always figured out. So, based on the history of soybean, it is good for consumption, but based on the learn about the effects of it, it must produce, and once it must produce, it's no good because a lot of chemicals. So same with I told you about ashwagandha, right? Because everybody ashwagandha is trendy, right? Everybody going around getting ashwagandha, but guess what? No, where does it come from?
Exactly.
It's mass produced. And the next thing now, beets.
Yep.
Beets for the blood. Once a woman is anemic, they go beets. Beets. Okay, fine. Traditional is good, but I wouldn't recommend beets now because that is cultivated.
Now we're messing with it. Yes.
So
just like you know how many people have told that broccoli is not a fucking real food? Dr. Sebi tried to tell everybody, didn't he?
All right.
It's man-made.
All right. So
when we start messing with stuff, right, our body does not get the memo.
All right. So basically, based on our research that Yaki did, right, it's a hybrid.
Yep.
But it's not like a.
It was made from cauliflower and mustard greens.
I don't know. All it came from mustard seed.
Yeah.
So the cabbage.
Yep.
The collard greens. Yep. The collard.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Yep.
All they come from mustard seed. But based on what Yaki explained, based on the research, is based on one of our ancient ancestors. They hybridize it, just like
to make it grow hardier, stronger, no famine, no bugs.
So he said, based on his research, it's good for cancer, especially the Brussels sprouts.
Yes.
Okay? So based on I've started from Dr. Sabi, right? I can't understand where Dr. Sabi coming from. You get me? But for Yaki now, I would say he surpassed based on scientific research.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was strict on Dr. Sabi. If you don't talk about it, I don't eat it.
Yeah. And I always tell people we're all humans, right? Mm-hmm. So we have our own ideas, our own beliefs. Dr. Sebi was just telling what he believed.
Good.
We can use parts of what everybody says and make the best.
Good. So the thing is now, he is the starting of the new age of medicine. I wouldn't say new age, but restore the balance of plant medicine.
Yes.
You get me? Easy because after all, every herbalist right now is stemming from Dr. Sebi.
Yep.
Dr. Sebi, I learned about Dr. Sebi 5 years ago. And Dr. Sebi was trending. Well, he's still trending. You get me? Especially CMOS.
Yeah.
CMOS trend still.
And that's another one I told people. Now it's so mass produced. Where did it come from? Yes.
They grow it in pool.
Yeah, what now?
So I gotta be careful with CMOS. I bought CMOS online before I started getting from Jamaica. Mm-hmm. Dry.
Yeah.
The first time consuming CMOS, I bought it Dr. Sebi's website. The CMOS was better hold, right? Trust me, I felt my energy levels different.
Yeah. But you have to, once people start talking and it becomes popular, they ruin it. I swear. Okay, another cool thing that this machine can do is these are cold lasers. So I can use these for your Chinese meridian points, right? So I can put them in. I can put them in two places, and it's going to send that frequency between them. Or I can put them in your ears to stimulate your brain, or I can put them up your nose to decalcify, stimulate, and activate your pineal gland.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Like this one right here, like I said, is one of the most incredible rife machines for frequency I've ever found. Because it does so much.
They should give me a lot of brochures I'm gonna give away. I know what advice. Is it like a farmer's market here?
Yes.
You get me?
Uh-huh.
Just be with anyone. The bigger one so far across the bridge is one arson. But for me, I'm like I don't like to be swallowed.
Yeah.
I want to be people can see me, so I'm gonna stay there where you met me and help them to grow there because I want to be stationary. Most people doing business like that now, they go this week over there, that week over there. So my intention is to stay in one place so people can remember my spot.
Yes, and come to you. Yes.
And that's why I give away my book because they don't know that I'm there. They come, see what I got, give them a brochure, they went home, they look through it, they come back and find me the same spot.
Yep.
So that's what.
And that's why I'm opening this, right? To where we have to have a place where we can educate people, right? And so the way that I'm thinking to do it is to have like, you know, and we can pick whatever days and times, but to do a class on diabetes.
Oh, yeah.
To do a class on obesity, to do one on cancer, to do one on longevity, to do one on anti-aging, where we just tell them, right, the basic science and the basic knowledge and what we have found. And plus, do you know why I never became Dr. Sierra?
Why?
What did they do to Dr. Sebi? You ain't gonna do that to me! I'm just a mom, hey!
Alright, you know, for me.
Right? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me because I'm just a mom.
Alright.
But they killed that man.
A lot of person telling me about that. I said, guess what?
Mm-mm.
I heard that for something good.
Yeah,
So
I
really have no fear.
I really don't either because nobody can take anything
Yeah.
from me and nobody can put me in jail for anything
Good.
because I am not a doctor.
Good.
I'm just a mom who found these things and I'm willing to tell everybody else about it too.
Good.
Plus, most of the time, you know, I don't sell these, right? So this company, they know all about me and everything and they really appreciate that I help them sell it. But I don't make any money off of it, and mainly because they're not making a lot of money off of us. I know parents that have called me that have bought a $10,000 frequency machine, and it had none of this capability. And this one was only $600 for all of this, for all of it.
I'm definitely gonna get one.
Right? And so, if you know, there's so many people, just even in our community, that are sick. And I moved here from Oregon. So wherever I move a lot, everywhere I go, I'm trying to teach as many people because I'm not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Other people need to learn and do it.
To do because
Yes.
it's just paying your tithes. That's how I see it.
Yes.
Paying tithes. You're giving to the universe.
Yes. And I want everyone to be healed. And it does not have to be expensive.
That's my
We don't have to wait for anything, right? We don't need anything to happen, but just for people to have a little bit of faith that these things can work and let us try them on them. And they're not evasive. It will never hurt you. It will never give you a side effect. Nothing.
Good.
So why would you not try it first, right?
Good.
But like you said, most of the people find us after they got by doctors.
Good. And you got about the system design it.
Yes.
Because you went to school for so long, spent so much money, you're accredited.
Yep. To kill.
You put it the right way.
Yeah.
Put it the right way.
Because you'll never, nothing will ever happen to you if you kill somebody there, huh?
The common
Like what?
sense is, the common sense is right. You have diabetes for 10 years, taking medication for 10 years.
Why didn't it go away? That's what I say.
Then I say, oh, it cannot go away, you only can manage it. Why would I want to manage a sickness?
Yeah, we don't manage cancer. We get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Yes.
Find
In fact, I
someone
just saw
that
an article from a medical journal. They just announced it, right? They cured a woman in China that was born with diabetes, so type 1, with stem cells. Mm-hmm. And she's been holding, right, for I think like over a year. She's never had to take any more insulin or anything. So now they've said they've cured her,
Good.
right? But let's see if she redoes it. Drinking sodas, eating bad food.
Yeah.
If you hurt that pancreas, and I tell people,
she born with
if
it.
you were born with it, that means your mom did something.
Good. So I had a client, right? She's 23 last year, 22 last year, right? When I met her, she don't keep them food. She always vomiting. When she tell me about it now, I said, okay then. I gave her 2 things. I gave her my detox kit. I got a detox kit for the 3 products. It has a digestive aid and colon cleanse and lymphatic defense. But basically, I questioned her based on her mom. She said the only thing her mom could keep down when she was pregnant is milk.
Yeah.
I said, okay, so she polluted your bacteria function within your
Yep.
blood. Once you're in her belly, then you're born with that. So you got to restore the bacteria.
Yep.
So after a month, she stopped puke. Only time she puke is when she eat toxic food.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, I don't know why this is happening. Yeah, in fact, I was listening to another medical journal where people that research, that want to know why, right? That they found that almost every child that had type 1 diabetes, right? Their mom had taken birth control within 7 years of them being born.
Yes. Good. All right. So
Stop taking birth control. Like, oh God, stop.
I found out recently, right? When my baby man was pregnant, yeast infection got a hold of me. Went to the doctor. They said, okay, it's normal. It's gonna keep happening. But guess what I found out recently, though? It's the prenatal.
Yeah.
Gives off that reaction.
Yep.
And I got a friend. Her daughter.
Yeah, I never took any of that. I never had that when I was pregnant.
Good. I got a friend that had a child recently. Oh my God. I'm her godfather. So we work together, right? She want to take on the prenatals for 1 week. And every day I bring her smoothies and juice and bring food. So I basically
Like redid it. Yeah, made it better.
Good. And I give her herbs to drink.
Yeah, most women when they're pregnant, they eat horrible.
Good.
Like really bad.
She wasn't eating 100%, but I know I prayed a lot. I bring her juices and CMOS every day within all my juices. So, baby born, fully mature, fully year grown. When I see the baby, it's like, you're already here.
Yeah. Welcome.
You're already here.
Yeah. A whole human being.
So if she continues now,
yes.
She's gonna walk in time fast.
Exactly. Yeah, my mom did not give me any sugar unless it came from a fruit, right? Until I was 5 years old. She didn't give me any vaccines. I started walking at 9 months old. I started talking at like less than a year. I potty trained myself, she said, and I read over 1 million books before I was 10 years old.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. Like they used to ground me from books.
That's great. That's
all because she didn't put toxic chemicals into me. And when she was pregnant, she didn't do it either.
And you realize a lot of children born with autism. The food.
Oh, and now there's actually a class action lawsuit that they're saying if you took Tylenol when you were pregnant, because they said it was the only one safe, that it's linked to autism.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, you know, but they don't want to give them marijuana when they're pregnant. Get out of here.
And then the blue
Get out of here.
All the dyes, all the color dyes.
Yes. Yep.
The parents is giving their children all those icicles to keep them calm, or they just keep them occupied.
Yep. It's horrible. Where it's, yes, we've all done it to ourselves, but that's why, you know, people like us are trying to teach them and show them a better way. Because I always tell people, you might think that you're having a good time keeping your kid on those juices. The day you hear those words, your child has cancer, your life is over.
The devices, people buy
polluting the mind.
Good. I buy my child. My daughter's in Jamaica, right? I buy her phone. She's mature for her. She's 10 years old. But the issue that I always been having is I know it's wrong. Is the phone light at night. I want her to turn down, but turn it down. It doesn't make sense. So I have this glass I bought off. Go on our website. I heard KTR TV talk about it. The blue blockers.
Yep.
I buy one 68%. I want 68% blockage and one for 95% blockage. That's the amber one or both. But I won't use the 60% because it's clearer. So I bought one for her.
Good. Yeah, because we've got to, you know, we have to mitigate as much as we can of these things.
And a lot of children is wearing glasses.
Yeah. Because they're staring at that screen.
The mother TV generation is for old people.
Well, and plus they also, most children are not getting enough beta carotene, which is the eye, right, vegetable, it's carrots. Okay. Most kids don't want to drink carrot juice. They don't eat carrots a lot, right? And you have to, every part of our body has an herb, a vegetable, a mineral that it wants. And if you don't get enough, you get,
for real,
right, malnourished. And when you get malnourished, you start degrading.
Problem.
Yes.
Great.
If you keep your nutrition at 100%, and in fact, this is one of my favorite books and projects that they ever did about it. The blue zones are places in the world where people live to be over 100 years old and never had a health problem and were still very active and had their mind, right? So like they were still working, they were still doing stuff. And this was a long time ago. They've gotten smaller and smaller now. But every fucking one of them lived to be over 100 with no health problem, right? And so these are from all the different places, and it'll tell you. And in fact, there's a documentary about this called the Blue Zone Project, and you can go read it. Look, see, it's from the National Geographic. Mm-hmm. But they did a lot of research about their minds, their bodies, their souls, right? All the things that they did. So it's from Sardinia, Okinawa, Nicoya, Ikara, Loma Linda, which is in California. Mm-hmm. One of the blue zones is in California.
Loma Linda?
Yes. But they are, they're a religious people. They don't eat meat. They don't do toxins. They don't wear deodorant. But yeah, there's a blue zone in the United States.
Take a picture of this.
Yeah.
So I always tell women when they come for consultation for menstrual problem and if they're in menopause or past menopause, I say that's the destruction of the reproductive system.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have children at age 80, at 100.
Yeah. And a lot of them, if you go through and look, almost all of the different cultures, it's beans, rice, soybeans. This is soybeans, right? And all of these people are so healthy, but their food has never been messed with. right? And so it is just, and they're all really old, right? But they still cook. They're still really active, right? And so I'm trying to always show people, right, these different things, because these people don't live a good, like an easy life, right? They have to be active, but they eat cookies. They're just healthy, right? And everything that's in here is, you know, can be, look, it's made with almonds. It's not made with like flour. And then look, 3 tablespoons orange flower water. So they make that cookie with almonds, not with flour, right? Because over there, nuts are a huge thing for them in Greece, right? Sweet potato tarts. So it's not like it's horrible food either. You know, we're not eating like rabbits, right?
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, I love this book. Yeah.
The thing is now, people, alright, people trying to change their diet, right?
Yeah.
They go no meat and do more nuts. But the thing is now, they don't go herbs to cleanse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and you need to clean your gut.
most vegans now is really not attracted. Person that want to change their diet is not attracted to vegan because you stop eating meat, but you don't look that good.
No.
Because you don't have the knowledge of what to eat.
Exactly.
And then you don't do a cleanse, you don't do herbs.
Yep. Just like I tell people, even if you got through cancer and chemotherapy, you might want to detox.
Good.
Because why do you have all that toxic poison in you that causes cancer?
It's gonna accumulate again.
Yes.
So like for example, now, fibroid, right? I got patients with fibroids. So they always say they did the surgery and they come back. Why did they come back? Why did they did the surgery?
Exactly.
They didn't change your diet.
Exactly.
So the waste, toxic waste, still in your body.
Yep. And you gotta get it out.
I have 2 results so far with fibroid. I have one recently. A lady came to me for fibroid. I gave her the packet. I have a fibroid test package within a month time. Less than a month. When you get to her cycle, she passed some blood clots and she could feel like something is gone.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a follow up on her next cycle.
Well, we'll see if she changes her diet. But that's, you know, I try to tell people that diet is really the biggest part.
The food.
It's
really
it.
Food.
And your sleep. If you don't sleep, you can't heal and regenerate.
Great. That's very important. That is very
It's
important.
one of the most important things in life.
It's very important. And stop eating.
Yep.
So your pancreas can rest.
And I always try to tell people, if people would go back, you know, to eating the 3 main key building blocks of life, which is fat, fiber, and protein.
That's what I've been eating.
If you put those 3 together, you do not have to eat as much because it makes it go longer in your system.
That's what I've been eating for like
Yes.
almost 3 months.
Yeah, fat, fiber, protein.
Chia seed, M seed, greens, whatever greens, sometimes mixed greens, pumpkin seed, sesame seed, my sea moss, dark and kelp, my agave for sweetener, and my coconut milk.
Yep. And you'll stay full for a long time, huh?
Good. I focus most on gut health.
Yes. Yep.
I made a video of it. I called the flat tummy smoothie, and that prevents from bloating.
Yep. In fact, I tell people that are like big, you've eaten food for the next 4 years. You don't need to eat.
Good.
You have all that fat, and the only way your body will convert that fat back into a sugar cell, right, which is what it started, glucose, is if you stop putting more in and get active to where your body's like, oh God, we're going to die. So we better get this storage.
Good.
Right? Because that's the only reason you get a fat cell is you're eating too much glucose, which is all carbs and all sugar in the body. Once it goes to the liver, right? It goes to the powerhouse, goes to the cells. If there's too much left over, right? It goes to your fat cell. So that's the only reason people are fat. Right? And to revert it, you just have to stop consuming it so your body will use that glucose. But you have to get active.
Good.
That's the number one thing with the, you know, bigger people. And I was 220 pounds my whole life.
Oh, really?
Yes. And most people don't believe me until I show them a picture. Yeah, if I show it, they're like, oh my God, but I was. And then colon cancer happened and it was like, boop. So I will never ever, but I tell them, and I've never gained it back. I've never gained any weight back. Because I do not eat a lot of glucose that I'm not using.
I know a girl.
Now, if I'm going to go to the beach and like run, right, I'm going to eat glucose, right? Because we're thin. We don't have stores.
Yeah.
We can make ourselves tired, fatigued. We can hurt our muscles. So I'll put more in to go do that.
Good.
But I'm never just storing it. Like I don't go eat donuts and sit down.
For real.
That's a horrible idea.
I know a girl, her mom did a colon surgery. She's having complications. No, I'm definitely gonna talk to her. She's one of my newest clients now. returning time. Yeah.
And honestly, every time people do those surgeries, it's got to be rare that I've heard them be like, oh, everything went great.
Oh,
Every time they're like, oh, I'm having complications, or now I have to go for another surgery. And I'm like, you are going to be a lifelong customer until you die.
Good. Dr. Sadie says the way it was made for do a surgery was made as if.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, none of this stuff was ever invented
All right,
until they found out they could charge us for it.
Let's to see it.
All right, so what do you want to do?
Give me a full scan.
You want to do a scan?
Diagnostic like a vegan.
Okay, so it takes a little bit of time to do it.
Which one is the simplest one to do?
I can do a short one.
Yeah. I'm definitely interested in the one that let me read more. What about stress? Versus having stress issue.
Okay, so we'll do this one. So this is a hunt and heal, okay? So all it's going to do is send a certain block of frequencies through you, right? And if it resonates, it's going to reverse it and go send it back to heal it. And it'll keep doing it over and over and over, right? So we're only going to do one set so you can see, right? But it is there's one that goes for like 2 hours, and it will tell you every single thing that's wrong with you. And I always try to tell people, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. I promise you don't. Because most people just freak out. You know what I mean?
I definitely gotta make a post and see if person is willing to come. I don't want people don't do any research, but just work 9 to 5, go home, sleep, eat, go home, sleep, go home.
Yes.
So this is definitely gonna be new to them, and they're gonna be skeptic.
Well, that's why I always say that
they have no idea that evil.
I'm more than willing to start with classes so we can start teaching them, right, what this is, what it does, and I can put up the videos on there, right, to show them the actual science behind it and how it works.
You got a YouTube channel, right?
Do what?
You got a YouTube channel? All right.
Yeah, I've just never uploaded. And look, I've got gloves, I've got armbands. So let's say someone has arthritis, we can put it in their whole hand.
And there's so much purpose come across.
Yep, feet. If they have all diabetes, right? And have feet problems.
You do grounding a lot?
Do what?
Grounding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In
fact, on this bed are grounding sheets.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And on my beds in my guest room and my room are also grounding sheets.
That's one of my favorite things to ground. Trust me. I'm in love with bigger feet as long as I'm old. First we see you based on their lack of knowledge, they're gonna say you're mad, but I don't care.
Yep.
Because when you engage in a conversation, you're gonna look at me different.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people thought that I was absolutely insane when I told people 12 years ago I was gonna give my 2-year-old marijuana to cure his cancer and hook him up to these machines and stuff. But the way that I saw it is if I've already done everything that this world says will work, which is chemotherapy, radiation, and it didn't work, what is so weird about trying anything when your kid's going to die? Nothing. I would try anything. In fact, I used to joke and tell people in interviews, they were like, well, would you have gone any further? I said, if somebody would have told me that the blood flowing through you would have cured my kid, I'll slit your throat. That's my kid. What are you talking about?
I'm against the wall and desperate.
Like, don't even ask those types of questions, right?
Good.
Plus, I had a hysterectomy after I had my son. I was never supposed to be able to have children. So my son really wanted to be here. He was like, you don't get a say. I'm coming.
For real.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if he would have been born to anybody else if they would not have allowed him to die. Because everybody was so scared, right, of trying any of this on a kid. But I wasn't. Because, if someone's going to die, right, let's try everything. Every single thing.
It's called experimenting.
Yep.
You do a train up, I know.
Alright, so you're just going to come and lay down right here.
Take off your shoe?
I need one of your shoes off, whichever one you want.
Left one. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take off this.
Yeah, and so, like I said, I think that if we start bringing, you know, the people here and start educating them, showing them the videos, the different, you know, types of things, right? But honestly, there's a lot of people that, you know, are just really sick and over it. Oh, that's you. All right, and then you just relax. So this is where I'm going to set up the program to run through these, right? So this houses the frequencies, all the different things that I can change on it, right? It's harmonics, it's different things. And then this is what pushes the frequency out into the system.
Okay.
So now it's lit up. So now it's going to push through and it's going to do, and look, I've got his heart rate and his beats per minute. So it's counting down. Here we go. So that's his heart rate right now. And it is going to shoot through all of these frequencies. So we're at 76, right? In and out. And every time it hits red, his body resonates with it. And right now we're going from 76,000 frequency to 152,000. So that can be anything from cancer, viruses, bacteria, back pain, anything. And so in here in just a minute, once it is finished with those, so we've got to go from 76, right, to 152 right here. It's going to pop up them here and start sending that frequency to heal it inside of him. So he doesn't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. It's just going to do it on its own. And most of the time, that's why I have the bed set up here. I will put people in here overnight so we can get a lot done, right? That the more you do it, the more healing you're going to get. Just like the more you detox, the more you get active, the faster you're going to lose weight. Same thing. So we're trying to heal people as quickly as possible, right? I don't want to see people for a year. So we're trying to get it done. So he's just going to sit there and it's going to keep going and monitoring his heart rate, monitoring his beats per minute. And then here in a few minutes, it's going to pop it up there. And then I can show you, in fact, let me grab my book.